When I got there, she was half drunk. What followed was a lot of screaming and cussing directed at me. I learned why she wanted me to drop out. It had nothing to do with textbook hoo-haws. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to do an update or part 2 to the story I did yesterday about the medical student whose fiancée came in and freaked out when she saw him studying a picture of a hoo-ha in his anatomy textbook. And in that story, guys, he'd been with his girlfriend, his fiancée, for a number of years, proposed to her when he was like 20 years old, which was stupid as all hell. He got into a top medical school in New England, I'm guessing probably Harvard. Doing great, got a scholarship, all that, but it didn't work out well for her. She couldn't quite get it and was all bummed and depressed and all that stuff. So anyhow, she freaks out, demands that she takes the textbook from him, throws the ring at him, leaves, all this drama. Ridiculous drama for this guy just working hard to become a doctor. Next day, he tries contacting her. She's at a friend's house and pretty much said if he doesn't give up and drop out of medical school, that it's over between them. Right? Ridiculous. And I went through the whole thing, guys, and I, as well as many of you in the comments section, theorized that obviously she was jealous because she didn't get into medical school, but y'all remember she had mediocre grades, so it's not like she was going to be able to do that. And she was just jealous of him. And if he stayed with her, aside from the fact that she is a nutcase and a miserable a-hole, she would try to sabotage his career. She'd be jealous of him, cut ties with her, because nobody should get in the way of man's purpose. Other guys in the comment section theorize that she's cheating on him. She's cheating on him, having an affair, and this drama is a way to end it and all that. Well, guys, you're going to see here, we're all wrong. What happens, the real reason behind this, has nothing to do with jealousy or another dude or something like that. I mean, there could be another dude, we never know. But none at all. So I'm going to go through this, guys, and for you guys that watch me regularly on this channel, but especially you guys who watch me at the other channel, Strong Successful Male, the real reason behind all this, when I read it and reveal this, it will not surprise you at all. At all. You'll just shake your heads and say, yep, they're all the same. So, it starts off, he says, I'll save you the trouble. She wasn't cheating, nor was she pregnant. Yesterday, I decided that enough was enough, and I head over to where she was staying, intent on ending the relationship. Good for you. He obviously wanted closure. I said don't do anything. Let her come to him. But good for him. When I got there, she was half drunk. What followed was a lot of screaming and cussing directly at me. I learned why she wanted me to drop out, and it had nothing to do with textbook hoo-haws. When I was a sophomore in college, 2 of my friends dropped out of college to work on their tech startup full-time and invited me to come work with them. He says my undergraduate degree was in computer science. Interesting that he wanted to pursue medicine and his degree was computer science. I would figure biology or something, but okay. I rejected the offer because I wanted to concentrate on my dream, becoming a doctor. Fortunately, their startup did very well, and last year they sold to a large tech company for a very large sum of money in the low 8 figures. Holy crap. Man, if he could go back in time, he could go work with them, get his huge cut, then become a doctor and have all that money, and he'd be good to go. But it wasn't for him. Being a doctor was his purpose, so he had to focus his energy on that. I was thrilled for them. After they sold the company, both of them obviously had very large lifestyle changes. One of them proposed to his girlfriend with a ridiculously effing big diamond, and they were frequently vacationing at exotic locations with family and significant others. Apparently their success and lifestyles made my girlfriend extremely jealous. And she came up with the hoo-ha thing as a way for me to drop out of medical school because, wait for it, she thinks that I can easily get a job making $150K a year at a bank so I wouldn't have to live like effing refugees, and that I'm an effing idiot for not doing so. So there you go. What does it come down to? Gold digging. His friends did what was definitely more cliche of the late 90s and 2000s, dropped out of school, started tech business, and they fortunately got bought out within a couple of years. Now that's awesome for them, good for them, but it wasn't his thing. And because he's not having the lifestyle that they have, she's jealous and pissed off. She's a gold digger and all that, and wants him to drop out and do something he can make more. Supposedly as a banker making $150K a year. And I have a hard time believing he's going to make $150K right out of the bat unless he's working as an investment banker at Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan or somebody like that, or Morgan Stanley or whatever. That's it. It all boils down to the gold digging. And here's an idea. If she wants to live that lavish lifestyle, why doesn't she get off her ass and make something happen for her? I mean, after all, we are in an era of the gals can do it all and more. So why isn't she doing that? But instead she wants to trash this guy's dream. So we never saw that coming. I certainly didn't. But you know what? This goes to show what you got to be careful of. And also, again, proving what I said is he needs to get rid of her out of his life, which he obviously was doing because she was nuts. But now she finds that she's a full of crap, gold-digging a-hole. But newsflash, doctors make a darn good living too. It's going to take some time, and a lot of his loans he has minimal loans because he got that scholarship. So he'd be making quite well, but she didn't care. She wants to live that lifestyle right now. He says, still I was confused. I asked her about our dreams of being doctors. Turns out she never really wanted to go into medicine, but only claimed to because it was all I ever talked about. I guess that explains her application strategy. So she was going to actually try to go to a medical school and pay a lot of money to hang on to him for something. Or she deliberately did bad in school in her bachelor's because she had mediocre grades, he described, and then she couldn't get into the schools. Maybe that was her plan. I was done. I broke up with her on the spot and told her not to contact me again. She's going to continue staying with a friend while we figure out our living arrangement. Good for you, brother. Now, I got to say this. Eventually, when he walks away, and they divide their assets because they're obviously living together, she may come back realizing that she can't get the type of guy she wants. I mean, how many guys, honestly, are going to start tech companies, have it bought out within a couple years, and have, 8 figures? That's not going to happen very often. So she'll quickly realize, oh crap, I better get this guy back. This guy needs to cut off all contact with her completely. Everything. Phone, social media, you name it. And tell her to stay the F away from him because she'll come back. We all know this. If he moves on, which I think he probably will, because even though he was acting like kind of a white knight, nice guy before with the apologizing and all that crap, you can tell he's done. Even the nice guys have their limit where they draw the line and say, we are done, B word. But she'll come back. We all know it because they all do. And crying and saying she was upset and stressed or some BS. And I hope like hell this guy has the good sense not to get involved with her because she doesn't care about him or his dreams or anything about him. It's all about what he can give her and give her the lifestyle, which we all know she'd marry him, then divorce him and get her half. Now, there are a few comments along the way that are always fun to read. One guy says, I'm not saying she's a gold digger. Wait, no, I totally am. She doesn't give an F about you or your dreams, but wants to live off your money. Good job. Make sure to stay no contact. Another guy says, you might want to preemptively block her on everything. Block her phone, email, Facebook, everything. Make it so that she can't contact you. If she contacts you by some other means, block that without responding. If she gets friends or family to tell you to talk to her, tell them it's none of their business. And think about blocking them too if they don't let up. Yeah, I forgot that. Guarantee you she's going to try to get her friends to jump in and try to make you feel guilty or give you a hard time, something like that. Ignore them too. And that friend of hers that was calling you an F and A-hole in the first story have nothing to do with her either. He says she's going to sober up at some time in the next couple of days. She's going to call you all teary-eyed and crying and tell you she can't live without you and she didn't really mean all that stuff, and ask if there's any way you can get back together and work things out because you've been together for so long, and it would be a shame to throw all of it away, and she'll do anything. This guy knows what he's talking about. Don't fall for it. She finally revealed her true face. She lied about wanting to be a doctor and kept that up for years. What else was she lying about? She wants you to give up your dreams so that she can sit at home and eat bonbons. Screw that. Stay away. Amen, brother. Another guy says she was upset because you aren't earning enough money to finance the lifestyle she wants. I gotta say, those guys that made all that money that quickly and that young, I hope they have the good sense not to get so, like people that win the lottery, you know what I'm talking about? They win a ton of money, they're not used to that lifestyle, and they go nuts. And within a few years, not only have they used up all the money, but they're actually in debt. They're bankrupt. They got to declare bankruptcy. I hope that doesn't happen to those guys, but you never know. Another guy says, wow, at least she showed her true colors before walking down the aisle. Sorry, OP. Congrats on getting into that school. Focus on that, and I'm sure the right girl will come along. Good luck. Well, I'm going to come back to that right girl will come along thing in a minute. And last guy says, this woman was going to go hundreds of thousands of dollars into debt for medical school, all to keep up a lie. Wow, what a psycho. You dodged a bullet. You definitely dodged a bullet. And I'm starting to think she deliberately did bad in school initially, so then she could file for the medical school things and get denied, but then still be along the ride with that guy. But the guy just mentioned a moment ago, focus on medical school and blah, blah, blah. One day the right girl will come along. My advice to this guy, if he was actually seeking it, would be, at this point, he's 22, first-year medical student. In my opinion, no women, no relationship for years. Focus 100% on the medical school, becoming the best freaking doctor you can be. That's your purpose. Do not let women get in the way and distract you. Look at this crap, how it's causing a distraction. He was studying for a test, I think he said he had on Monday. Do you think he's going to be able to study now with all this drama and turmoil going on? She's going to affect his grade on his test. Unless this guy is so good that he can just block it out, cram the night before, I don't know. But no girlfriends, no shit, not even dating at this point. Focus on the grind. And then when he gets out of medical school, and however that process goes, I think after medical school there's residency. I don't know how it works, but you all know what I mean. Then maybe later on down the road, he can think about that. And even then, he's got to be careful, But right now, it's purpose, grind. That's it. No girls, nothing. End of story. But he did dodge a bullet, because imagine, guys, and I said this in the video, imagine if he married her right out of upon graduating college and getting his bachelor's degree. Imagine he married her and then went to medical school, and they're married now. Now this would be the crap he'd have to deal with. Right, so at least she revealed her hand, got to see her true colors now before he said I do. Now it's simply a breakup. And he can take that ring that she threw back at him and either keep it for a future wife if he goes down that route, or go to the local pawn shop, get some cash for that, and that can help pay for some textbooks or his ramen noodles that he's living on and all that, and who the hell knows. So, but all right, guys, that was a quick update there, but I want to let you know what happened because you're all curious. Be sure to like the video, guys, and also, guys, if you have a great story you'd like to share, or you come across a crazy story, something entertaining that worked for the channel, as I always say, email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com, and also be sure to include the link. Don't forget the link. Sometimes you guys do. Or if you have a story from your personal life, something that's worthy of this channel, email me, and I'll definitely cover it down the road. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.